This video is designed to synthesize research on contract cheating, also known as assessment outsourcing. We will examine the results of a large Australian study conducted with staff and students entitled Contract Cheating Assessment and Design Exploring the Connection. As we progress, we will parallel the results of this research with another noteworthy study, the Global Essay Mills Survey, or GEMS, conducted across Europe, Australasia, and the Americas in 22 different languages. The term contract cheating was first introduced by Clark and Lancaster in 2006. In 2015, the issue of contract cheating in Australia gained notoriety through cheating scandals publicised by the Australian media that sparked widespread concern in public and private sectors. These reports alleged that there was an increase in university students using online platforms such as essay mills, file sharing sites, and other contracting sites to outsource assessments. The events provided the impetus for further research into the issue of contract cheating at Australian universities, such as the Contract Cheating Assessment and Design Project, which was nationally funded by the Australian Government Office for Learning and Teaching. Findings from the study currently comprise the largest and most comprehensive dataset on contract cheating in Australia. So it is a useful resource to draw upon in helping us to contextualize the issue of contract cheating and understand how to implement strategies to discourage the behavior. The study was subdivided into two parallel surveys, one conducted with over 14,000 students and another conducted with over 1,000 teaching staff from 8 Australian universities across 6 states. So what is contract cheating exactly, and what do we mean by the term outsourcing of assessments? Contract cheating occurs when a student submits work that has been completed for them by a third party, irrespective of the third party's relationship with the student and whether they are paid or unpaid. This definition highlights the transactional nature of contract cheating, whether it involves an exchange of money or not. Learning has thus become a commodity as part of an economy of sharing both online and offline. Contract cheating is a symptom, not the problem. One of the key overarching findings of the study is that contract cheating is a systemic issue that is ingrained in academia due to the internationalization and commercialization of tertiary education. The current state of higher education, coupled with the prevalence of the culture of online sharing, has created what Breitag et al. 2018 describes as an ecosystem under extreme stress, of which contract cheating is an unsurprising symptom. The issue of contract cheating is thus a complex one that requires a concerted effort from universities, staff, and students to help promote and maintain academic integrity. 7 main outsourcing behaviors that were either cheating or sharing behaviors were investigated in the study. Almost 6%, or 814 students of the entire sample, reported engaging in one or more of the 5 cheating behaviors specified. This 6% formed a subset within the study referred to as the cheating group, while the rest of the sample was labeled the non-cheating group. GEMS also reported that of 541 students surveyed in the Czech Republic, 14% admitted to having engaged in contract cheating. Across all countries surveyed in GEMS, word of mouth and social media were the main ways that students reported having seen or heard of essay outsourcing services. Importantly, conventional forms of exam taking are not exempt from contract cheating, as students reported having previously provided and received exam assistance. These were found to be the most common cheating behaviors reported within the cheating group. It is acknowledged in the study that the term exam assistance is a broad generalization that refers to either major breaches such as providing assistance for an entire exam or relatively minor breaches, such as providing assistance for a single question during an exam. Let's look more closely at some of the findings. Within the cheating group, male students, international and engineering students, and students who speak a language other than English at home, also known as LOTE, were overrepresented in the data, whilst online-only students were underrepresented. Of these characteristics, only a student's LOTE or international status was found to influence cheating behaviors. Most students from both the cheating and non-cheating groups agreed that providing an assignment to another student for any reason was wrong. However, when asked if buying, selling, and trading notes was wrong, both groups agreed much less strongly. Sharing behaviors were found to be a significant concern, as more students in the sample reported sharing in comparison to cheating. Age and discipline were important factors here. Across the entire sample, sharing assignments was found to be more common than sharing notes. While sharing is not synonymous with cheating, it could, however, lead to cheating. GEMS has also reported that almost 11% of students had a friend or family member complete their assessment for them, and almost 2% bought work from another student to submit as their own. Interestingly, within the Australian study, students mainly use social contacts, such as friends, partners, family, or peers, to help with their assessments, as opposed to paid online services. Drawing from these findings, an important aspect to bear in mind is that contract cheating doesn't always take place online. Understanding the factors that influence contract cheating behaviors can help us to design practical solutions to discourage students from going down this path. The strongest factor influencing cheating behaviors was a student's LOTE status. Students who spoke a language other than English demonstrated a significantly increased likelihood rating that they would consider outsourcing all types of assessments. Specifically, assessments that had to be completed in a short time frame, accounted for a large percentage of their final grade, or required critical analysis and research. The perception that many opportunities exist to cheat was also found to significantly encourage likelihood ratings for outsourcing assessments. Students expressed that a lack of monitoring during exams, recycling the same assessments across semesters, and the prevalence of paid commercial services online all presented viable opportunities to cheat. Within the cheating group, a sense of dissatisfaction with the learning and teaching environment was also reported. Students across various cultural and linguistic demographics shared comparable attitudes towards the perceived wrongness of cheating as a behavior. Thus, the study purports that culture alone does not explain why students choose to cheat. GEMS also reported a diversity of attitudes towards when students thought it was acceptable to cheat. An important aspect to remember is that international and students of LOTE status are not one and the same. In fact, many domestic students also identify as having LOTE status. The issue of language has been flagged in the study as posing considerable challenges to maintaining academic integrity. At this point, it may be useful to consider how the use of academic and professional language is addressed in your unit, particularly with students who speak a language other than English at home. Before we proceed, let's quickly run through some important points to remember. LOTE is of note. Cheating isn't online all of the time. Sharing behaviors can be enablers. Language can be difficult to manage. Assessment design can encourage cheating sometimes. Thus far, we've established that contract cheating is a concerning issue within Australia and abroad. So what is the way forward, and how can we modify educational practice and assessment design to encourage academic integrity, so that considering contract cheating is an unlikely option for students? Both staff and students agreed that contract cheating is not being discussed enough. Surprisingly, students are notably less concerned about the behavior than staff. This is perhaps due to a lack of awareness of the consequences of contract cheating within and beyond academia. The prevalence of outsourcing behaviors and a lack of adequate communication and knowledge of contract cheating emphasizes the need for staff, students, and the university to work together to remedy the issue. Communication can be a useful starting point. Class discussions between students and academics can help to highlight the severity of the consequences of cheating behaviors. In particular, it should be stressed that contract cheating is not a victimless crime. Rather, the cheating behaviors of certain students negatively impacts all students, particularly in terms of the quality of education received and the overall reputation of the university they obtain their degree from. Beyond academia, there are also serious ramifications of contract cheating. Ask students to imagine having to compete for a job with someone who cheated their way through their degree. Would that be fair? Or going to a doctor who contracted someone else to write their exams for them. Would this be safe? Contract cheating has real-life repercussions that should not be glossed over. It's a risk to public safety and compromises future employment prospects. So despite the perceived complexities involved in reporting contract cheating, it should always be reported. The study suggests that a focus on improving the teaching and learning environment through innovative teaching practice and curriculum design can help to reduce opportunities for students to cheat. While no assessment type will prevent cheating, students reported that there are certain types of assessments that they would be less likely to consider cheating on. Hence, it is suggested that certain assessment types be used with caution. These include invigilated exams, online quizzes, and group work. Instead, individualized or reflective tasks that require an oral presentation or need to be completed in class, are encouraged. Additionally, a supportive learning environment should be developed through being available to students to respond to queries and questions regarding assessments, providing feedback through the process of assessment, providing students with adequate guidance on standards of academic practice, and addressing the importance and application of referencing. It is vital to remember that these are not absolute solutions, but rather recommended examples of good educational practice that can help to mitigate the occurrence of contract cheating. Knowing this information, it would be constructive at this point to reflect on your own assessment design and teaching practices in relation to how well they deter cheating and foster academic integrity. In conclusion, let's recap what can be done. Try to openly address the issue of contract cheating in class with your students. Focus on emphasizing that it is not a victimless crime and has serious consequences within and beyond academia. Address the challenge that professional and academic language may pose in your unit for all students, but particularly for students who speak a language other than English at home. Practice thoughtful assessment design to foster academic integrity and deter contract cheating. Provide a supportive learning environment where students have access to feedback and can approach you for assistance. Strong student-teacher relationships are key. Information for this video was summarized and compiled from the following project resources. In particular, we would like to acknowledge Tracy Bretag and her research team for the informative contract cheating assessment and design study, and Rebecca Audrey and her research team for the comprehensive Global Essay Molds survey, as these resources form the basis for this video. Importantly, due credit is attributed to Clark and Lancaster, who first identified the issue of contract cheating in their work entitled Eliminating the Successor to Plagiarism, Identifying the Usage of Contract Cheating Sites, which was presented at the Second International Plagiarism Conference in 2006. If you would like to read further and access project resources for these studies, please visit the following websites: